Does art need criticism? Is art writing for crybabies only? Why crush artists for no reason? I'm Casey Jane Ellison, and this is Touching the Art. The only way we're gonna survive is a matriarchy.
That is almost the most satanic, scariest thing in the world to be.
The yelp of it, kind of thing.
She wanted to be with me.
That's not true.
Today, we're discussing art criticism, art journalism, and the metrics of critical success in the art world. Is that a male on my set? Get out of here, now. I said no males on my set. It's like I'm talking and there are males here, and it's like I'll throw up, you know what I mean? Let's welcome the female guests. They're obviously female. Kembra Pfahler, future feminist and interdisciplinary artist. Clarissa Dalrymple, she's an independent curator and she's British, so. Cornell, feminist, curator, and actually the only person I made apply to be on this show because I was on the fence about her, yeah. So we actually chose not to invite any art writers to defend their position here today. We couldn't find any that weren't profiling me currently, and that would be a conflict of interest, so.
That's not true.
I don't lie. I don't lie. Topic 1, 2 wrongs make a right. That's right with a W, like writing. Anyway, I'll explain what I mean right now. Sometimes in the art world, an artist makes a show that we all know is not that good, but then an art writer has to formalize how dumb the art is, and it's why would they do that? Why?
What's the point?
Exactly.
Hi everybody. Hi, Casey. Why does a system exist? Why is a negative system in place? I think that bad art is very subjective, and bad criticism is also very subjective. Maybe Clarissa or Lauren could answer that a little bit more precisely. I'm in a death metal band, and I'm only in the art world by accident.
I think all of us are.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
With all due respect, Casey, that bad is a reductive word, and writing about a work can be illuminating, even if it's unpopular at the time, for larger things that it points to, larger practices it may be a part of. So I think there's lots of things to say about an individual work, even if it, you might think it doesn't stand on its own.
You can't say a bad show, exactly as you said, it's something doesn't work culturally at that moment for other people, but the intentions may be there, and I think it's just terribly important to look for intention on both sides, the critical and the active making.
A work's critical reception is a part of its life, and it becomes a part of its history.
But if, let's say the writer thought the show was bad, why do they write these negative reviews?
I don't know if it's a popularity thing, or, if they wrote an interesting bad review of a bad show, if both things are bad, that's all right too.
But is a negative review necessarily bad? Maybe as an artist you would feel that is necessarily bad and that hurt. But criticism itself isn't just puff pieces. Criticism is about really interrogating what a work is about.
When a bad review is written, a negative review, is written about a work, does that really affect the artist's career? Is that death?
Depends. An artist can find a review bad for different reasons. They can find it bad because it misconstrues their work or uses language that they hate or gets all the facts wrong, even if they say it's great, They could say it's great for the wrong reasons to the artist. So it is all really subjective, I think.
I'll have to admit, I am affected by people's writings. It can cause me a great deal of anguish and pain after working on a show for 3 years, although I think many times I would fib about that and say I'm impenetrable. Life is very short, as we know, and I don't want to end up in a fetal position not working because of someone else's harsh words. It all becomes paper mache in the end, if it's in the New York Times or in any magazine.
One time I saw in a YouTube comment of one of my videos that someone called me fat, and I was so upset. But then later I was It's good because it's discourse. Am I right? Is a bad review better than no review?
Of course. I mean, Andy Warhol, didn't he measure his reviews? No, he just took out a ruler. Oh, it's 8 inches. It's a fabulous review.
If you're brave enough to have a show, it's better for it to be noticed.
My final word is that every time I read a negative review, and it's like they're saying like how much the work is irrelevant, it's like, then why are you crying? Like, I just want to ask the writer, like, why are you crying so much from a padded cell? Don't be a hater. Get healthy. Get a therapist. Topic 2, puffy art. Okay, so conversely, some artists make bad work, but people say that it's good. Like, for instance, some writers have called my work perfect or significant or original, and I'm just reading quotes here.
No one called your work perfect.
Yeah, they did, okay. My mom wrote it, so it's like, don't interrupt. So yeah, I'm just reading quotes here. It says, CJE's work is the best. Or one writer said that I was asexual. I mean, this isn't journalism. My question is, why are they so obsessed with me and like gossip?
Are you reading any articles outside of those you're receiving through your Google alerts?
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, for some reason, my Google alerts don't work. Like, I have to find these like manually.
I think that puff is just as important.
Okay, so you took off the coat.
Vaginal
Got
Cream
it.
Davis says that gossip is one of the most important aspects of art communication. I think it has its place. It's not academic theory necessarily, but it has, it rings of truth somehow.
And it's sort of the same as food reviews, you know, like the totally personal taste aspect of anything, the Yelp of it kind of thing.
Do you think that a lot of curatorial decisions are made through gossip, in your experience? Okay. My final word on this subject is, like, I was reading this review of myself, and I, like, the writer, like, obviously wanted to f me. She wanted to, like, be with me. Anyway, topic 3, egalitarian art. Touching the art is actually a critical darling, whatever, but I'm broke, and this might be our last show. So, like, what is success? Like, should I hang myself? Like, I ate an entire baguette today, so I could kill 2 birds with 1 hanging.
Success is being here right now. It's showing up. It's being on the Bowery in the year 2015, doing exactly what I want to do with exactly who I want to do it with.
It's being rich and being well loved by everybody you'd like to have loving you, and be doing something you really felt passionate about.
You know, moments that I really enjoy professionally are when I do things like write an essay and get a lot of response to it, or write an interview and have a really great dialogue with an artist and share it, or do a show that people respond to and kind of have that conversation. That's exciting to me. It's very rare that I step back and think I am in a moment of success. I have not had that yet.
Well, that's depressing if you haven't had it, Lauren. My God. Is the art world just like too self-deprecating to ever enjoy anything?
I think females, as you referred to us before, are very self-deprecating. It's true. Probably, I would suggest perhaps more than men.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
I think there's something called imposter syndrome that professional women experience, where they often feel that they shouldn't have what they have, and they sort of say, how did I get in here? Like, I'm an imposter. Did I just sneak in and no one noticed? So there's that kind of syndrome that I think affects women across field, and particularly in the arts. I'm even feeling it today in our Touching the Arts symposium.
I don't know why you would feel that way. I've built like a female sanctuary for you.
The only way we're gonna survive is a matriarchy. A guy told me that.
How could somebody of your age not consider you're part of it, both of you? I mean, you're young enough to see that women are very powerful, constructive. I think it's something much more, forgive me for saying it, but almost harmonic about not taking power in that way if it's not given. And that success is yours, totally, all three of you.
I don't believe in equality, male-female equality. I'd prefer to have the scale totally tipped and the world be just run by women for at least 1,000 years to restore balance and to help repair what capitalism and what has happened to the world.
What do you guys think about like artists having internet personas that extend beyond the art world? Does that count as success in the art world?
Social media might change criticism, and I think that's a really interesting question because it does, in a way. It creates lots of new forms for debate where people are ranting, where a lot of kind of critical energy goes. And we could talk about how that affects long-form criticism too. And then there's also a question of exposure versus money, material success, and I don't think those things always necessarily go together. The internet has a different kind of economy of criticism, attention.
Does fame work?
The art world is really on Instagram now, and it kind of it can accelerate an artwork or a person just through images. Someone or something can become really popular before it's been kind of actually critically evaluated or shown at a museum or talked about someone. And that can be really great, and then also sometimes people can say that it's not, or it should have that process of being criticized first.
So in the optimal system, do none of us have a job?
The future is batshit crazy, and we're sitting in the middle of it. And I think it's very exciting and interesting.
My final word is everyone needs therapy.
And we all agree I'm pretty, right? Right?
What if I just started crying? Okay, it's time for the enlightening round. Okay, if I see that male on my set one more time, I swear to God, not here, not today, okay? Is that clear? Thank you. Chica Solamente, here is your question. What kind of artist do you think I'll become? Commercially successful or critically revered? Clarissa.
How about critically revered commercial?
Lauren.
I think you'll create your own category.
Kembra.
I think you are going to be under a microscope in a little petri dish, and you're gonna fragment into a billion Caseys and populate the entire world with your beauty mark.
Wrong, I'm going to Oct. Thank you, chicas, for joining me today. You're brilliant. I love you, goodbye. Hey, it's a Triennial.
That's definitely not a party.
Are you synced with the moon? I'm not.
Excuse me.
It's just like, I don't do sound bites. All of art is just for insane people, like exclusively.